Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? If you're new here, my name is Dani Christine. I am a multi-site childcare business owner, consultant, and a digital content creator on childcaresites.com, where you can find resources for professionals such as yourself, resources such as courses, free webinars, or even full-on coaching programs like Digitize Your Daycare. You've got a couple weeks left to apply to that program if you're interested. The information will be in the description below, including the link where you can sign up. Throughout the past couple of months, I have been hosting virtual conferences called Childcare Conference on Demand, where I gathered a whole bunch of childcare coaches, consultants, speakers, influencers, just different people within the ECE industry that had a lot to share and different topics of expertise to cover. And in thinking, reflecting on those virtual conferences, it really got me to the point where I remembered how much I truly appreciated going to in-person conference events. Now, while Childcare Conference on Demand is great, and the next time one comes back around, which will probably be in the fall, you should participate. It is just as important to participate in in-person events as much as possible. Now that things are, knocking on wood, slowing down with the global panini that we have been in, as I like to call it, people are feeling more comfortable to get back to in-person events, and conferences might be the way to go for you. If you are feeling down and out, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling defeated, if you're wondering if this industry is for you, especially if you've been in it for a while, maybe the solution to getting out of those overwhelming feelings is to surround yourself with other people who have been where you are and are now where you want to be. And not even maybe, I will tell you that is exactly what you want to do. So in this video, I really just wanted to share that with you and talk to you about my own experiences with going to conference events and surrounding myself with like-minded people and people that are experienced, as well as people that may be on the same level. Recently, I signed up for a done-for-you marketing service called Childcare Business Growth. They actually sponsored the second Childcare Conference on Demand event and had a whole sponsor speaker session, which was great. Everybody loved the strategies that they suggested for marketing your summer program, which was awesome. But in addition to doing those done-for-you marketing services, they have an annual in-person conference event. And if you want to learn more about it, I will leave the link in the description below. I will be going to this year's conference event, and I hope to see and meet you there as well. Again, click the link in my description box if you would like to join us. I remember when I first got started in the childcare industry as a business owner myself back in 2014, I had no one to turn to. I had no idea that there were resources and agencies and organizations and quality rating and improvement systems and childcare resource and referral agencies. I didn't know that there were coaches, consultants, trainers, other than like what licensing provided. I didn't know that there was a world, and maybe honestly, I definitely don't think that there was a childcare like supportive world as we see today back in 2014. There definitely wasn't this uplifting, supportive online community that you might find on Instagram or Facebook today as they're at back then when I was just getting started. But a couple of years into running my childcare businesses, I did start to discover that there were conferences that you could go to. Now, on a base level, like the National Association for the Education of Young Children, NICE, they do host annual conferences on a national level every year. And of course, there are different chapters within each state that have their own annual conferences, I believe, every year. And those are great resources for like teachers getting your training hours done. Like every state typically has required training topic areas that need to be covered in order for you to stay in compliance with licensing, as well as a minimum number of training hours that you have to meet, and those have to be like accredited trainers, or maybe not accredited, but like state approved trainers is what I'm saying. And that's great. Finding the information and the training that is required in order to maintain compliance and make sure that you pass inspections, basically those minimum standards, that's great. You have to do it. You don't have a choice, right? So rather than finding online trainings and just sitting through and clicking and barely listening, I do recommend going to as many in-person training programs that you can go to. And if you can bang it all out in one weekend at a conference, awesome. But the types of conferences that I'm referring to, and specifically the one that I will be going to hosted by Childcare Business Growth in July, is not like that. It is specifically designed for childcare businesses, just as the title of the company suggests. It would be really challenging for you to find a quality training experience from a state-approved trainer at one of those national conference events that actually dives deep into the struggles of what the childcare industry entails and what some of the hardships that you might have to go through or what you are currently experiencing. It might not be covered in those types of conferences. But if you find a support group or a company that is just targeted towards making sure that you as the childcare business owner receives support and ideas and suggestions and best practices and different strategies that you can implement within your business to keep going even through the hard times and reach the level of success that you're looking to reach, that is a really valuable experience. Going to conference events, whether they are virtual or in person, but more so in person, in my opinion, can really recharge you. You go to typically, it's usually in areas that are warmer climates, like the Childcare Business Growth Live conference event that's happening in July is in Orlando, Florida, and you kind of force yourself to step out of your business, and you've invested not only your money to attend, but also now the time and travel that it takes to get to this place. You're going to pay attention because you've invested all of this, right? And even if you didn't want to pay attention, listening to the testimonials of other people in the room or hearing the experiences that they have gone through, you're going to hear, you might go into an experience like that ready to just kind of check out and get it over with, or not feeling in the mood to even focus. But once you start hearing what other people have gone through and what they did to get out of it, you will be checked in. You will be like, oh, that sounds like me. Truthfully, surrounding yourself with other people at events like this helps you to feel less alone. And that in itself is often motivating and inspiring enough to understand that you are not the first to go through what you're currently going through. And to be honest, even if your business is not in a bad place, even if your mindset is not in a bad place, that's great. It doesn't mean you won't come away from events like this with good takeaways. Oftentimes, whenever I'm at a conference or in a meeting or just in, like, for whatever reason, having conversations with other business owners, not even just the childcare industry, but listening to other business owners talk about their business, I start hearing things not only that I can relate to, but things that I'm just like, oh my goodness, I cannot imagine having to tackle that struggle, or like you kind of learn from other people's mistakes as well, and you can kind of get some insight into things that you should not do or things that you should do to avoid certain other things. And I feel like I'm being a little bit vague, but it's just because there are so many great like examples of experiences that can come up. And if you are a childcare business owner, you know, like from legal battles to licensing disputes to complaint investigations to a whole plethora of marketing strategies, ways to increase enrollment within your business. If you are interested in hearing anything like that, I strongly encourage you to attend the Childcare Business Growth Live event, which will be kicking off on Friday, July 8th, 2022 at the Hilton Orlando Lake Buena Vista in Disney Springs. I will be there on Saturday, July 9th. I really hope to see you there. If you want to purchase a ticket for the event, please scroll down and click the link in my description and purchase using that link. Honestly, it does help me out, and I would appreciate it if you did that so it can let them know that I sent you. I look forward to meeting you, and I'd love to know, have you ever gone to a childcare business conference? Leave your experiences in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.